What's up, IAGSM fam? Gabe Keith here. So happy to be able to speak tonight. Wish you could have made it in person, or maybe you just enjoyed my message so much that you're going to go back and watch it again. But either way, I hope this message can do something for you. So if you're anything like me, I know you're tired of talking about coronavirus and just everything that has to do with it, because that's literally all we've been consumed with since March all the way through our whole entire summer. So I know you're tired of talking about it, but at the same time, it is the season we're in. So I think it's only appropriate if we continue to talk about it and continue to try to work through it. And earlier on, the questions were more about like scared about I'm gonna die. And now, like as we're getting closer into school and everything, I'm just getting bombarded with questions like, when are you going back to school? What are they going to do at school? Are you going to have a football season? Like all these questions that I'm not in charge. I don't have any of the answers. So it's like, oh, can you please stop asking me? Because I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know for sure. So that is all to say that this season that we've been in for these past couple months has just been all confusion and chaos. And I think we can all agree on that. And one thing that the Israelites were facing after they were led out of Egypt by Moses is confusion and chaos. So our text tonight is going to be Joshua 1, 1 through 5. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord had said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' aide, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I am about to give to them, to the Israelites. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, and from the great river, the Euphrates, all the Hittite country, to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. So this was God giving his word to Joshua after Moses had passed. And like, as you can see, like if you're Joshua, who's literally been promoted to the leader of all these people that are stranded in the desert for 40 years, like that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of confusion, and it's a lot of chaos. But God gives him all these instructions, and he leaves him with his confidence and his hope that as he was with Moses, so he will be with Joshua. So today we're going to be talking about looking back. And looking back is something that in pleasant circumstances we like to do. You know, we like to look back on when we were kids, getting a dog or Christmas, good memories. But at the same time, there are unpleasant things, big mistakes, failures, things that we don't necessarily like to look back on and dwell on. But oftentimes, I think that those mistakes and just hardships that we were going through, sometimes if we try to suppress them and just kind of forget about them. But I think it's also important that we look back on those memories and those situations where you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't think I can face tomorrow. Like I don't think I can do it. And look back and see how God has actually brought us through those situations. And that's what God was doing to the Israelites, and specifically to Joshua. He's going back through the list, because I'm sure Joshua was scrambled, confused, and he's literally just comforting him and showing him, look, I was with you guys in Egypt. I'm with you guys in this desert, and I'll be with you in the promised land eventually. When it comes to looking back, you don't want to dwell on your past mistakes and your failures, because that's only going to break us down. But if you look back on these situations that we went through and things that we didn't know what was going to happen, or like how we were going to get through those, we can see how God got us through those safely, and how faithful he is. We don't want to dwell on our just past mistakes. I guess playing sports, and I'm sure in literally everything that people do, you don't, like they always teach you, like don't focus on the last play. The most important play is the next play. So you don't want to dwell on those past mistakes and just feed yourself up with those. But we want to look back and see God's faithfulness that gives us hope to move on towards the future. Because reflecting on his faithfulness is what gives us a picture of what we should do next. Because these people just lost their leader that they've had throughout this whole deal, and they are like bamboozled. They don't know what's going on. But God reassures them in verse 5, and he says, "As I was with him, so I will be with all of you." So that just kind of shows God's character, that he's just so loving, and he always promises to be with us in every situation. My favorite verse is Joshua 1:9. He says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." And I think that's just so powerful that he literally tells us not to be afraid, not to fear anything, that he's going to be with us, and he's going to get us through what we're going through. We're not in a literal desert. We haven't been trekking through this for numbers of years, but we are in a season of confusion, and we don't know exactly what's going on. We don't have a crystal ball that we can look into and see, oh, in 2 weeks we're going to be in school having a good time. Nobody knows what is going on. And we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but God reassures the Israelites in this passage, and I think he's also reassuring us as we look back on this, that he's with everybody that's been before us. He's been with us every day of our lives. He's been with me every day of my life, and he promises to be with me every day from now on, every day that I have left. So, I mean, literally, just these verses just give you so much power and just hope that many people are missing nowadays. There's so much fear running rampant today in today's culture. It's just fear fueled. And I just think that we can use a lot of hope, and just a little bit of hope, actually. And I think the story of the Israelites in Joshua, I think that provides us with so much hope that we can apply to our lives. Take a few minutes at the end of this message, or whenever you feel like it, and just sit. Maybe just put on some music and just sit and just reflect on how God has been with you throughout everything, and how he's brought you through things that you didn't think you would make it through. And I'm sure as you do this, he's going to just flood you with memories and emotions that you forgot about, but that's going to fuel your hope for the future that you can use to pass on to other people. Hope you guys enjoyed the message. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you got some hope out of it. So, yeah, guys, love you.
What's up, guys?
What's
It's
up?
Double G. I'm Grace.
Gabe.
And we have some announcements for you.
Speed the light. I want to thank you guys for giving, and just keep on giving. We did a great job the first couple nights that we've had. So just want to encourage you guys to keep doing that.
As you know, we've had some trips planned in the next month, but we have to cancel them. So that means the Itchitucky Springs trip and the Cape Sandblast trip have been canceled. We're so sorry about that.
We're doing good with the social distancing. I just hope we can continue to get better at that. So keep your toes off your bros.
That's about all the announcements we have. See you guys next week.